First one, week 2 of the original American Football League season in 1960. Canty at the goal line. He's got some room. Chased by Hall. Hall is hit from behind. A flag is thrown, and this one is going to come back. Chris Carter, number 42, had an illegal block in the back, so that's going to wipe out a 70-yard return. Ray Mickens, number 24, finally caught up, but it was... And bring this one back to the 47-yard line. Chris Canty with the return. Coates goes left. Vincent Brisby wide to the left. And Sean Jefferson wide right. Terry Glenn is suited up, but we're not sure if he will see any action at all. Bledsoe lobs it out for Keith Byers. It's incomplete. And let's check the Patriot offense. Bledsoe has been sacked just once. He's got Curtis Martin and Keith Byers in the backfield. Jefferson and Glenn listed as a wide receiver, though he was not on the field for the opening play. Dave Wollabaugh returns at center after a 1-week absence. Bruce Armstrong, number 78, anchors that offensive line. 2nd and 10. Toss to Martin. Goes left. Armstrong helps provide the block, which gets him around the corner and down inside the 40. Jets defensively. And they will go with a 3-4 tonight because, as Mark mentioned, Hugh Douglas cannot play. Dixon will be the nose tackle. And the rookie James Ferrier, who also started last week, will be part of a 4 linebacker set. Pepper Johnson, the captain of this team, joined by Lewis and Jones. And the secondary has Glenn and Smith in the corners, Green and Coleman at the safeties. 3rd and 2. Byers in motion. Bledsoe pumps once, fires.
That's a good catch.
It is ruled a catch at the 32. Brisby.
Yeah, this Patriot team, New England Patriot team, has 5 receivers in the ball game right now, all of whom are very good weapons and threats down the field. The thing about this Patriot offense, a little bit different than a year ago. They're going to attack you down the field a lot more than they did a year ago and take advantage of what they think is Drew Bledsoe's greatest strength, throwing the long ball.
And one change in that offensive line, guys. Dave Wollabaugh is not there. We were told he would start. Mike Giesler is starting for the 2nd week in a row, number 67. On 1st down, Bledsoe with a lot of time. Deep left corner. Has a man open. Caught. Ben Coates. He becomes the first receiver for New England to catch his 2nd touchdown pass of the year.
I think Ben Coates, Mark, is the most unique player in the National Football League. He's a fingerprint, a one-of-a-kind. He is too big for safeties, too fast for linebackers. Good coverage there by Mo Lewis. But Ben Coates has got those incredibly strong hands, too.
You're absolutely right, Pat. He's an anomaly in the National Football League. Somebody that's 270 pounds can block and shield off guys and also run down the field and stretch defenses.
Ready to serve you conveniently every 3,000 miles. By Appleby, America's favorite neighbor. You belong at Appleby. By BMW, the ultimate driving machine. And by Wrangler, real, comfortable jeans.
Chris Canty set it up with his first kickoff return of the season. He actually returned at 70. A penalty nullified some of that. And then the quick strike from Bledsoe to Coates. Touchdown. Now Adam Vinatieri getting ready to kick off for the Patriots. And Aaron Glenn, who had a 96-yard return last week, is the deep back, accompanied by Leon Johnson. This is Glenn, number 31. He comes up and grabs it at the 6. number 85, with the kickoff tackle. And here comes Neil O'Donnell. 5 touchdowns in the opener against Seattle. And in contrast, he was sacked 8 times last week in the loss at home to Buffalo and hit an additional 10 times. O'Donnell opens with 2 wide receivers to the right side, and his tight end O'Brady tight left, and backs are in the eye. Adrian Morrell finds a crack at left tackle across the 20 out near the 23-yard line. And let's check this New York Jet offense. O'Donnell with Morrell and Neal in the backfield. Keyshawn Johnson and Jeff Graham the wideouts, and Brady is the tight end. Up front, Jumbo Elliott, the veteran at left tackle. David Williams at right tackle. Duffy, Falele, and O'Dwyer. 2nd and 5. They cock the eye this time to the right side. Tight end is still left. This is Graham in motion. Morrell comes around the corner and is cut down by Jimmy Hitchcock, number 31. New England defense up front. It's Barrett, Collins, and McGinnis. McGinnis seeing his first action of the season at left end. Ted Johnson is a terrific linebacker in the middle, joined by Slade and Collins. And in the secondary, Hitchcock, Law on the corners, Malloy and Clay are the safeties. 3rd and 1. And a double tight end set now with Baxter, the lone wideout. Strength of the formation to the left side. That's Baxter in motion. Morrell, short. Lawyer Malloy, number 36. And Willie McGinnis, number 55.
Well, beginning of this game, Mark, we've seen New England on special teams come up with a big play offensively, and then they're on 3rd down on defense.
And this is a head coach's nightmare, like Phil Parcells. He's coming into the Lions' den right here, and his team starts off shaky. That's what you can't have. You've got to get these guys rolling on offense, at least move the chains for 1 first down, but he does not want to see this thus far in this football game.
Brian Hansen will punt. Dave Meggett, who is the all-time punt returner both in number and yards, has it at the 21. Great block on Cascadden. Oh, my goodness. 52-yard punt, 19 on the return. Chris Hayes, number 30, makes the tackle, and Cascadden will not sleep well tonight. Roy Brown and Sean Jefferson are the wideouts. Coach, the tight end, puts a block on the right side, and a quick opener. Curtis Martin, gain of 12, make it 13 officially. And let's take a look at the Foot Locker scoring drive. Chris Canty with the kickoff return, and they set up Ben Coates and a 32-yard reception.
Does that count as a drive when it's only 1:54?
It's a short drive. Just in case you're going to get a can of tuna.
There you go. I knew you'd work it in, Vern.
Shoehorn. At the 49, 1st and 10. Martin forced back inside and picks up a couple.
But did you see the block by Ben Coates? You know, a moment ago he catches a 32-yard touchdown pass, and this shows you what kind of player he is. He is an all-around guy. We said he is unique. You know, he gives him an unfair advantage like a cork bat. I mean, the guy can block you on the corner, and he can run deep routes. I mean, he's an intermediate receiver as well.
A cork bat.
Cork bat. It's unfair advantage. This is Red Sox country.
I thought you were talking about George Brett there for a moment. 2nd down and 9. 7-0 game. Bledsoe back. Gets a little pressure, and Byers, who is about to move into 2nd place among all running backs who have caught passes, can't hold on to that one.
We're talking about unique players. Keith Byers is another one of those guys. He has done everything in his career, including throw the ball. He's thrown 6 touchdown passes in his career.
Now, Pat, he's the original Slash.
Yeah, you're
Before
right.
there was a Slash, it was Keith Byers.
Yeah.
He runs, he blocks, he throws, he catches.
Yeah.
He does it all. Plus, he's got a big foot on him. If you see this guy, he's a big man. He's about 6'3", 250 pounds.
And you would recognize big feet.
Yes,
I
you
recognize those big feet.
Footsie.
Got the size 16 workers here next to the size 9s. Third down, Bledsoe, deep right side, man wide open, Brisby. But it would have taken a really nice pass. He was going to have to loft it in, as Brisby had a couple of yards at the 27.
Well, Bill Parcells has to be breathing a sigh of relief right there. Again, this is a type of game that he cannot afford a shootout. And his defense, at least that time, forces the punt team on.
Tom Tupa getting ready to kick it deep, and Leon Johnson, number 32, waits for it at the 10-yard line.
Shuttle clone. So he's concerned about this team and their penalties.
Now, one of the few things that has gone wrong thus far, they have been penalized 14 times. Last week, only 8 were accepted, but 12 were called. Sounds like a biblical invitation, doesn't it? Oh, boy. And Tom Tupa has it tipped. That's the 234th punt of Tupa's career, and it is the first time Tupa has had one tipped or blocked. And Corwin Brown got there.
Yeah, you know, Bill Parcells has always had an outstanding special team player on his squad. With the Giants, when he was here, he had Wiggum last year, and he's got Corwin Brown, number 44, for the Jets this year. He's coming right up the middle. It really was. He probably should have gotten a lot more of that ball. But Parcells always had at least one spectacular special teams player.
Corwin Brown, cut by the Patriots in August, signed immediately by Parcells. Here's O'Donnell, deep left side, Keyshawn Johnson. And he is out of bounds, only 1 foot in.
That's what I talked about in the open. They want that mismatch. Bill Parcells knows every player on this football team, particularly Jimmy Hitchcock. He told him once that he couldn't play in this league, and now he's taking an example to him right here. Here it is. Keyshawn Johnson does a little swim move. Now he's going to come back on the ball and just jump up and concentrate. And he's got the height advantage over Jimmy Hitchcock. So they're going to take advantage of this mismatch.
Hitchcock was benched in midseason last week by Parcells. Second down and 10 at the 43. Slips the ball. Adrian Morrell, he picks up a quick 7 yards inside the 40 to the 37-yard line, where Ted Johnson makes the tackle with help from Willie Clay.
You know, Adrian Morrell may be the first guy to play in the media capital of the world, run for 1,200 yards, and go unnoticed. He is, you know, the Where's Waldo of NFL running backs.
3rd and 4. Morrell gives way now to Leon Johnson. Shotgun, Roger Duffy snaps it back, and Matt O'Dwyer says, I think will cost us 5 yards here. O'Dwyer moved.
This is an area that it's tough for the offensive linemen. They have
Prior
to
to the snap, ball start, 70, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
They have to look at the football and concentrate because it's so loud in the stadium, you're not going to hear Neil O'Donnell, the quarterback, with his cadence.
O'Donnell, 3rd down passing, leads the NFL, and Pat will use that Rhodes Scholarship to explain the NFL quarterback rating.
I'll get to that in the second half. Yeah.
3rd and 9. O'Donnell across the middle. That's going to be good for the first down at the 32-yard line.
Okay, one thing about Neil O'Donnell, he is a good match for Bill Parcells because he is physically tough and he is mentally tough. He does not turn the ball over a lot, and that's what Parcells wants.
Dedrick Ward with the catch.
And started with pretty good protection. Dedrick Ward, the rookie, had a first touchdown catch last week. Nice cutoff route. He didn't drift upfield, drilled right in the numbers.
Keyshawn Johnson goes wide to the left against Ty, or wide right rather, against Ty Law. That's Graham in motion. Play action. O'Donnell in the flat. Stopped by Baxter, the tight end, number 84. And then stopped by Lawyer Malloy, number 36. Well, this set up, of course, by the block. Corwin Brown on Tom Tupa. First time in his career that Tupa has had a punt block.
And talking to the special teams players from the Patriots, they're worried about a New York Jets fake.
Yeah.
Parcells always has that fake in, and he comes with something else. He blocks the punt right off the bat.
2nd and 4. Lorenzo Neal and Adrian Morrell in the backfield. Morrell, downfield block. And he has got a first and goal. New York at the 5. Lorenzo Neal, number 22, acquired for blocking purposes.
And
supplied one man.
And that's what he does well. All 240 pounds of him. You're going to see him on the outside of the play here. He gets a good block by Jumbo Elliott on Slade. And Adrian Morrell just kind of sneaks behind that, picks up the block of Lorenzo Neal. And again, a very good drive set up by a special teams play, just as the Patriots touchdown set up by a special teams play.
Adrian Morrell with a run of 21 yards, first and goal. Morrell this time goes left. Lonnie Pelele and John Elliott with the blocks.
Well, Parcells was talking this summer about Adrian Morrell and said, hey, I'm not trying to make him out to be Jim Brown or anything, but they said this guy has everything. He has got power, he's got speed, he can catch, he's an adequate blocker, and he's very good in the open field.
And he's willing to learn. That's what Bill Parcells likes about him. He's coached him to look at the defensive coverages so he knows where to cut. He never knew that in his past.
Midway through quarter number 1. Play action, O'Donnell. His tight end can't get open. O'Donnell will run and get there. He looked a little bit like Pat Hayden.
Yeah, no. He looks like he had boxer bunch up on that run.
It's a game of wedgies at times.
You know, it was open for a long, long time.
Holding.
Oh, we got a hold.
Defense, number 55. Penalties decline. Touchdown.
Neil O'Donnell on the side of 8 sacks last week, and as you mentioned, Vern hit hard 10 other times. You know, this time it really wasn't pretty. As a matter of fact, it was downright ugly, but he got the ball into the end zone. The little pump fake there used to use in the playgrounds. Remember that one?
I'll tell you what, his offensive linemen and teammates will really give him a ribbon on Monday morning films, because when he was out there running, he looked like me. It was like January, February, March to get to the end zone, but he did a great job in tucking that ball under his arm and getting it into the end zone.
John Hall, the rookie from Wisconsin, knocks it home. This one set up by the first block of Tom Tupa's career. And the Tunis team has tied it up at 7.
On the weapon.
Blitz coming. It is a run blitz, and Martin goes left. Breaks a tackle, breaks another. Awful tackling by the New York Jets.
Curtis Martin puts pressure on every member of the defense. He puts pressure on defensive linemen to get early penetration. You see coach's block number 87 on Mo Lewis. They've been working on Mo Lewis thus far. And then here's the run. He puts pressure on defensive linemen. He puts pressure on linebackers, as we saw there on Mo Lewis. And then at the end of the run, he puts a lot of pressure on defensive backs. All 11 guys have to defend Curtis Martin.
That's a gain of 33 and a first down at the 32. Martin heads left. Wonderful blocks on the left side from Armstrong and Coates again.
And Ben Coates is doing a magnificent job of opening up holes for Curtis Martin. Curtis Martin in the past had been a first and second down back. This year he's an every down back, but he's doing a great job on first down. They may not need him. Here's Big Ben Coates. He's got a little hold in there, but hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, and he wasn't caught on that play.
Oh, man. Sound like Joe Bugle.
From whom he learned.
Yes.
And congratulations to the Raiders for their win today. Martin, 62 yards on 5 carries. And they know a good thing when they've got it going. Martin rushed the last 11 plays of the game last week in the victory at Indianapolis.
You know, Vern, I would think with Drew Bledsoe's arm and Curtis Martin's legs, this team has as much scoring range as anybody in the National Football League. You know, Denver has it with Elway and Terrell Davis, and Dallas has it, but this team has great scoring range.
3rd and less than a yard. That's Martin in motion. Keith Byers gets the handoff, and he bangs over right tackle Zephyrus Moss, number 77, and Todd Rucci, 71.
Keith Byers continues to help his team in a variety of ways. Good offensive line play. He catches, he blocks, and when you need a crucial 1st down run or 3rd down run for the 1st down, they give it to Keith Byers again.
I can remember when Byers played at Philadelphia, Parcells coached at the Giants. He talked about Byers all the time, always admired him. And here's Byers now, who reciprocates and really admires Parcells. Bledsoe, inside the 10. Sean Jefferson, Aaron Glenn defensively.
And the defensive backs of the New York Jets in unison said they were terrified of Sean Jefferson because he has world-class speed. And when he makes a move, a hint, drops his weight, and runs a little out there, great concentration on that ball coming back on it by Sean Jefferson. Here it is, another look. He slips, but look at the concentration on that ball. Hugs it in, gets the 1st down for the New England Patriots.
9-yard gain, 2nd and 1. We did have showers move through this area about 5 o'clock this afternoon. They quit about 6. Bledsoe slips, and Martin goes down to the 5, and then a flag hits him on the hip. Jason Ferguson, number 72, with that tackle. And Larry Nemmers.
Face mask, 5 yards. 72 defense. Half the distance to the goal. It'll be a 1st down.
Well, Curtis Martin over the last 2 years, this is his 3rd year in the league, has been awfully good inside the 20 as a runner. And I think it was Ferguson right there early in that run that got a piece of the face mask. But great scoring range for him. He can go from a long way, and then Curtis Martin is awfully tough inside the 20.
1st and goal in a 7-7 game. That's Coates in motion. Draw play. There's the first rushing touchdown of the season for the New England Patriots. And appropriately, it goes to Curtis Martin.
Here's Curtis Martin. Look at number 21, Victor Green. He led the NFL in tackles, but he's got to close into the hole and get around blocks. Put his elbow down and his shoulder right there and drive back. But Curtis Martin does an excellent job getting his body in position and bullying his way into the end zone.
And he got a couple of wonderful blocks. One from Sam Gash, 33. The other from Max Lane, number 68. And here is Adam Vinatieri with the extra point.
Ford for the best sign tonight.
How about them Buccaneers?
Boy, they lead at the NFC Central.
Miami loses a close one today in Green Bay, but Tampa goes into Minnesota, and they go 3-0 for the first time since '79. And we will be at Houlihan Stadium in Tampa next Sunday night for the Miami Dolphins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Adam Vinatieri.
Somebody lost a hat. I'm glad it was just a hat. And the Emmitt Smith rule not in effect when it gets knocked off your head. There will be no penalty. It's Bobby Hamilton. Special teams is an unnatural thing. Oh, man. Whew.
My goodness.
I'll tell you what, you've got to be a man to run 50 yards downfield, 100 miles an hour, lower your shoulder, and just take somebody out in that wedge, because I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, makes you want to be an NFL owner rather than a special teams player.
Well, Teddy Bruschi earned one, as he was the guy who made the hit, number 54. Hamilton without the hat. 1st down and 10 at the 31. Left side, Morrell. And he gets out to the 34-yard line. Todd Collins, number 59. makes the tackle.
Well, 21 points scored already in this first quarter. Bill Parcells said to us yesterday, hey, you know, this is not going to be a conservative game plan by us. He said, I don't think we can beat the Patriots playing conservatively.
That's Romeo Crennel, another of the longtime assistants to Bill Parcells. 6 of them left here with Parcells and went to the Jets. Mike Jones and Chad Eaton in defensively. Here's O'Donnell left side. Wayne Corbett gets by Willie Clay and picks up a first down out to the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 10.
Willie Clay with a tackle.
Overhead shots tonight, courtesy of the Goodyear Blimp Stars and Stripes, which is based in Pompano Beach, Florida. At the controls, Captain Richard Daniels from Burbank, California. First down 10 after the 10-yard gain. Ball at the 45. 14-7 Patriots. O'Donnell for Keyshawn Johnson. And he crosses the 50, nears the 43-yard line. Jimmy Hitchcock, number 31, made the tackle.
And that's a matchup that the Jets are going to look for the entire evening. Is Keyshawn Johnson on Jimmy Hitchcock. But in this situation, New England Patriots have been schooled. When the Jets cross the 50-yard line, they throw for the end zone. So be alert. All the defenders are going to be telling each other in the huddle they may go for the end zone in the next play or two.
Johnson comes left against Hitchcock. Slot receiver. Jeff Graham goes in motion. And they'll keep it on the ground. There's a nice run by Murrell inside the 40 to the 39.
Yeah, cutback runners can sometimes embarrass you. And cutback runners, there's never just one hole. There's multiple holes. And Adrian Murrell is a very good cutback runner.
8 carries tonight for 50 yards, and we have reached the end of one in Foxborough. New England Patriots hit as he let it go. There is no flag. And there also is no fumble. Well, Chris Canty opened this game with a huge kickoff return, and then New York found themselves down 7-0. Very significant, I think, Pat, that they came back so quickly.
Yeah, again, they can't. This is a game they don't want to get an absolute shootout with New England. They're going to lose that kind of game. But I think their defense started to make a play, special teams with a block punt, and their offense came to life.
And Mark, they're running the ball well.
Both teams are running the ball very effectively, particularly the Jets. They've already surpassed the total of last week's 4 quarters in this quarter alone in rushing the football.
2nd and 10. O'Donnell right side to Graham at the 34-yard line. That's Ty Law, number 24. Got up there to make the tackle. Bill Parcells talking about Jeff Graham last night, said he is the consummate professional receiver. And O'Donnell was saying that each of his 3 primary receivers offers something different. Keyshawn Johnson, so big, Corbett just gets open, and Graham, a great route runner. 3rd down. Safety blitz is coming. Good pickup. O'Donnell running for his life and looked like it. Chris Slade, number 53. 19 of 34. 1 of 2 in this season. 4th and 4 here. Draw play, Murrell, big hole. Cut back. Adrian Murrell at the 15-yard line.
You know, they're great calls when they work. Those 4th and 4 draws, but I want to tell you that was set up perfectly and a huge hole for Adrian Murrell off the left side. Watch the running lane he's going to have. Picks up a block by Palale on the left side, the left guard.
Want to say that again?
Hello. I was hoping they were going to run right. And there's Parcells. Again, a very good call, always when they work.
Spoken like an Irishman. If they go right, it's O'Dwyer. They go left, it's Palale. Here's O'Donnell. And that's a drop.
That's why he blocks.
Lorenzo Neal, signed as a free agent from the Saints. Might not call that play again.
Yeah. Well, when you're 5'11", 240, I think you're destined to be a blocker. I mean, it's one of the interesting things about football to me, though. Guys come in all shapes and sizes. You know, you have tall, lean guys. You have Nate Newton types. You have blocking fullbacks.
Now, why were you looking at me when you said Nate Newton?
Well, he was looking at you. Tall and lean. 10th play of the drive at 2nd and 10. Timeout, Jets. And the time comes with 13:01 remaining in the first half. There's a Jersey guy who's going to talk to a Jersey guy. They'll understand each other.
Sunday night, watch Dan Marino lead Miami against Tampa Bay's tenacious defense. Sunday night, NFL on TNT. The best time to see the Dolphins take on the Bucs. Coverage begins next Sunday at 7 Eastern.
Oh, this drive. They look at a 2nd down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Back split behind O'Donnell. Graham starts in motion. O'Donnell looks left, finds Morrell. The block is missed, but Morrell on his own. Bill Parcells saying yesterday about him, you don't need to block too many people. There's Henry Thomas and Lonnie Pelele having a short chat.
Those two guys getting into it, becoming friends. They're going to send Christmas cards to each other. But here's the play. Going to drop back on the screen and set up, but Morrell does a great job in the open field of making the first guy miss. That's what Parcells loves about him. He can always make the first defender miss.
3rd and 4. O'Donnell goes left, gets a block, and throws it into the end zone, and good coverage from Slade on Keyshawn Johnson. I think O'Donnell had a clear path with Jumbo Elliott out there to get the first down.
Well, it's not like he's world-class type speed, Bernie. I think he learned his lesson off that first touchdown run. But the block that Adrian Morrell threw on that play was extraordinary. He flipped the defender head over heels.
That brings on the rookie John Hall. Morrell comes back to the bench. Hall for the season 5 of 6. He missed a 39-yarder. This is one of his free kick rituals. He lines up a spot just to the right of the center of the uprights in the end zone in those stands. And then kicks it just to the left of that spot.
That's why he aims himself a little right. Got the nice chin strap working too, doesn't he?
He's become the pride of Port Charlotte. 14-10. Coleman, number 42.
Yeah, Mo Lewis has had a very, very busy first half. I mean, even the one that Ben Coates caught for the touchdown, he had him pretty well covered. You know, Ben Coates is a little bit like Michael Irvin. Even when he's covered, he's open. You give him a chance. You throw it up and let him go get it.
2nd and 10. 14-10 ball game. Coates in motion. Draw play. Martin at the middle. And good defensive job by the Jets. Pepper Johnson, number 52, watched as the tackle was made. And number 55, Marvin Jones, who's moved to the outside to make way for Pepper Johnson this year.
Well, Pepper Johnson was picked up by Bill Parcells. It was his first offseason acquisition in free agency. And here's the guy he had to have. He wanted a leader on the defense. It's his 12th year in the NFL. He calls the plays for this defense, and he was voted team captain by his players at the beginning of the season.
10 tackles this season, 3rd and 8. Brisby is in. Troy Brown in motion. Bledsoe, good coverage. And it's incomplete. The coverage supplied by Victor Green, number 21.
You know, Mark, you and I were talking about how well Bill Parcells knows Drew Bledsoe and knows this Patriot team. And one of the things that he wanted to do was get after Drew Bledsoe with inside blitzes and early in the ballgame. That time he had an inside blitz that forced Bledsoe to throw it a little bit earlier than he wanted.
In fact, they got to do it with their linebackers.
Over the ball, you're well out of the backfield. And O'Donnell half roll to his right. Pumps and lets it go. Caught by Keyshawn Johnson in front of Ty Law at the 42-yard line. Well, if you are a fan, even if you're not, you can see Superman every day on TNT, starring Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher, the home of Lois and Clark, the new adventures of Superman, every Monday through Saturday night at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 p.m. Central.
And how did Princeton do this week?
Rat cheer.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot the rule.
Yeah, you got to look. To do those promos, you got to look.
2nd and 5. Missed the agate. Morrell, what a nifty move. And another one. Oh, my goodness, Jimmy Hitchcock was waving as he went by.
And we said cutback runners can embarrass you at times. And it is just so hard to defend. Actually, both these guys, because they can do it equally well. And the backside always has to stay at home. And if you're an offensive lineman, you stay on your guy because you're not sure where Adrian Morrell is going to end up. You get one of the best running backs you haven't heard much of in the National Football League.
And over 1,000 yards last year for a team that won one game.
Almost 1,300 yards.
Gain of 14 then, 1st down and 10 at the 48-yard line. Play fake, O'Donnell looks right for Keyshawn Johnson. Rolls out and goes by Willie Clay. Are you kidding me?
Look at that.
I take it back. I take it back. With a move like that, he goes down as one of my best quarterback runners of the season because the way that he ran the touchdown in for a score, I was surprised that he could make a move like this.
I mean, he reminds me of Steve Young.
I'll tell you what, he looks great. He rolls out, he gets excellent protection from his offensive line, but it's great coverage in the secondary, so he's got to make a move. He's got to make a decision. He tucks it down, runs with the football, 9 yards on the play. That's outstanding.
No boxer bunch up there. I mean, he had really going.
You think Willie Clay might catch some grief?
Yeah.
2nd and 1 after the 9-yard gain. Trebet, number 80, in motion. They hand it off to Morrell, and he's got another first down at the 35. Adrian Morrell, he's only the 3rd back who has ever gained more than 1,000 for a team that won 1 game. It's happened twice before. Gale Sayers and Dick Bass. And for Dick Bass, you go back to the Rams of 1962.
Vern, you were still being Cardiff back then.
I'll tell you this, I'm the only one in the booth who remembers when Dick Bass ran for 1,000. McGinnis is out. Deep left side. And Keyshawn Johnson has it knocked away. Good coverage from Lawyer Malloy. And Jimmy Hitchcock also covering. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
You know, Keyshawn Johnson, Bill Parcells was saying, is not a complete receiver yet. He's a work in progress, he said. Even though he's the #1 draft pick a year ago, I mean, those are the kind of plays they wanted to make, give him some jump balls that Mark was talking about earlier. And you see the way he worked his hands? It was kind of, Bill Parcells has been working with Keyshawn Johnson on how to catch the ball on that left sideline. Doesn't like his hands stretched that way.
2nd down and 10. Hand off to Morrell. Quick opener, comes right. And he's down at the 27-yard line.
The interesting thing, Mark, Bill Parcells will work with every player on the team, special teams players, kickers, and he talked to us a little bit about working with Johnson and, using the sideline better. And again, as a split receiver on the left side, he wants him to use his hands a little bit differently as he catches the ball.
I'll tell you what, that's what's impressive about a great coach. He'll listen to ex-players. Some of his ex-players came in and said, hey, Keyshawn's not concentrating on catching the ball. He has to change his bad habits. Bill Parcells listens to those old players, implements that into Keyshawn Johnson, and now he's doing the right thing.
3rd and 1. Out of the backfield, Richie Anderson, number 20, makes the grab. And the Jets keep the drive alive.
Bill Parcells hopes Richie Anderson can develop to be his Keith Byers, a guy who's been a very good receiver for the Jets over the years. 44 catches a year ago. And on those 3rd and, that was a 3rd and short, but anytime you get 3rd and 2, 3rd and 4 or 5, you get it back out of the backfield, it can be a tremendous weapon, as that guy is.
Byers, who started in Philadelphia, had an eventful couple of games for Jimmy Johnson in Miami before he was cut and then picked up immediately by Parcells last year. Into the left front. Hitchcock makes the grab, or makes the tackle rather, on Keyshawn Johnson. And obviously they are going to work on Jimmy Hitchcock tonight.
And I'll tell you what, Bill Parcells has said it 1,000 times. He's going to ride his horses until they fall down and they spit blood. And Keyshawn Johnson is going to keep getting the football until they stop him. He's got 3 catches for 19 yards, and I'd expect him to get a lot more before the evening's over until they can put pressure on him. Jimmy Hitchcock has to press him on the line of scrimmage. He's giving him too much cushion.
Johnson rests at 2nd and 4. A 4-point New England lead. O'Donnell throws that one away.
And that's a Parcells quarterback. I mean, you don't take the negative plays. I mean, you don't turn the ball over. You don't take the sacks. Again, he wants his quarterbacks to be mentally tough. You have to be physically tough to be a quarterback. And then you don't turn the ball over and make mistakes. Certainly Phil Simms was the best.
O'Donnell grew up in Madison, New Jersey, where the Giants trained when Parcells was their coach. These two men first met when Neil O'Donnell graduated from Maryland, was on his way to the combine camp. There's the quick pitch, left side to Graham, and Jimmy Hitchcock got a measure of revenge with that tackle.
Well, it's going to be 4th down, I believe. He's a little short, right?
Yep.
And Parcells once again contemplates going for it on 4th down. It was 4th and 4 when he went before.
And they ran the draw to Morrell left side as Chris Slade came way upfield on that play. Now 5:17 remaining, 4th and a little more than a smidgen.
Oh yeah, that's a lot more than a smidgen.
Yeah.
Ooh, a little confusion there by some feet. It's a good yard. There's two constants in sport.
Yes.
Don King's hair and Bill Parcells is going for it on 4th down.
Baxter splits way out to the left side. Brady is way right. The two tight ends on opposite sides of the field. O'Donnell tipped. Incomplete.
Now that's a situation where you have to question the tune-up. When it's 4th and a foot and a half, give it to Adrian Morrell. He's been averaging over 7 yards a carry. Run the football, but that ball's tipped on the left side. Look at the defenders on the left side of the field. They're running a little crossing route over there. Neil down throws it, but it's tipped on the end of this line of scrimmage, and they have no chance for this 1st down. When it's that short in this situation, pound it in there.
And one of the small ironies in this 1st half, Chris Slade, who was victimized by Parcells on the previous 4th down play, is the man who tipped that one. Bledsoe across the middle, bobbled and dropped. Curtis Martin, who doesn't drop many.
You know, Vern, I thought it was interesting talking to a lot of the Patriot players this week, how they don't have any ill will themselves. There's a handful maybe, but most of the guys don't have any ill will toward Bill Parcells. I think that he helped them get to a Super Bowl a year ago. The hype for this game really came from a lot of the fans and the local media. But the players are, as I said, most of them very appreciative of what he brought to this franchise.
Now, Drew Bledsoe, of course, had that troubled relationship, but even Drew said, well, we had 2 good years and 2 not so good years. There's Bledsoe left side, intended for Jefferson and tipped. And Bledsoe apparently, you know, it's interesting because he grew up in Walla Walla, Washington. Not exactly the apotheosis of the West Coast lifestyle, but he refers to himself as a West Coast guy. And, of course, Pete Carroll is from Marin County. There is nothing more West Coast than that.
Yep. I'll tell you what, tonight, he should really enjoy this weather because this is Washington State weather. With the mist and the rain and the wet field, he should really thrive in this type of atmosphere.
3rd and 10. He'll have to call timeout with 4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Well, Bledsoe was the #1 draft pick made by Bill Parcells, or he made that choice.
Right.
There's even been some dispute about that here in the Boston area. Now let's take a look at the GMC truck leaderboard. Brad Johnson in a loss, 334 yards. Barry Sanders in a win. And Jake Reed in a loss.
Jake Reed. Well, I'll tell you, those even though they're losing, those Minnesota wide receivers, I'll tell you, you talk about jump balls. Throw it up, they're going to go get it.
And what's surprising right now in this football game with all these wild fans here in New England, they need to get in this game. They need to support their team. You would think with the night game in New England and the past history of night games here that these fans would be going, there they are. They're going crazy. They need to get the wave going. They need to support their team. But right now, I think they're a little shaky here because they're surprised that this Jet football team didn't do the El Foldo after the first couple of scores that New England put on them.
The guy spent a lot of time thinking about that sign.
Bill who? That does not win the award for best sign tonight.
Took a break from his graduate studies at Harvard. 3rd and 10. Bledsoe, right side, tipped and dropped by Ben Coates. Good coverage, but it was,
that was Mo
in
Lewis.
his hands.
Yeah. Mo Lewis, I tell you, even though they squeezed the ball into Ben Coates a couple of times, but 57, Mo Lewis had him very well covered there. Not early in that route, though. Talk about recovery time of defensive backs. It was a good recovery there by Mo Lewis.
Tom Tupa back to punt for the 3rd time tonight. Coates has to watch now as the Jets should come out of this with good field position. This is the best of the 3, but Johnson will return it from the 44. Leon Johnson, rookie from North Carolina, 8 on the return after a 46-yard punt. And number 83, Dietrich Gels, the tackle. 14-10 is the score with 4:36 to go in the first quarter. It was Ben Coates from 32 yards out after a Chris Canty kickoff return. Then O'Donnell, looking not a lot like Steve Young, with the first Giant touchdown. And then John Hall with a field goal after the Patriots had gone back on top. Now Bledsoe looks as the New York Jets and Neil O'Donnell bring it up with a chance to go on top before halftime. First down and 10. Right side, Morrell. And he picks up maybe one. Bledsoe, of course, we've talked a lot about his relationship with Bill Parcells over the last 4 years. Among other things he said of Pete Carroll, well, with Carroll, there's a lot of give and take. With Parcells, there was only take. We were chatting with Neil O'Donnell yesterday, who spent 6 years in Pittsburgh and is a Jersey kind of guy. And O'Donnell said, hey, I get along fine with Parcells. I played for Chuck Noll for 6 years. He's no basket of fruit. Second and 9. Left side, Johnson caught behind the line. It'll be 3rd and 10. Jimmy Hitchcock.
And I'll tell you what, on that play, you have to blame that on Neil O'Donnell. Whenever you're running a screen play, you never want to drift to the side that you're throwing the ball to the back. You want to go the opposite way or stay in the pocket. Watch Neil O'Donnell. He's going to drift to the side of the screen. He fakes it to the right and drifts to the side of the screen. Well, if you go that way, all the defenders are going to go that way.
O'Donnell 11 of 18 for 67 yards thus far. He's been sacked once. That's much better than last week when he went down 8 times at the hands of Buffalo. Of course, New England doesn't have that kind of pressure up front. Here's O'Donnell, and he lets go. This one incomplete at the 36-yard line. Ty Law with the coverage. Brian Hansen is on to punt. There's Dante Scarnecchia. Was an interim coach.
Yeah.
Dick McPherson's injury before Parcells came here, and he's one of 2 coaches who stayed on with the Patriots after Parcells left.
Hasn't he been here with 5 different head coaches?
I think he likes this area.
Yeah.
Meggett back, fair catch. At the 10-yard line. How you doing? Fine. How's the family? Doing well. Pete Carroll said he was absolutely shocked when he was released at the end of his first year with a 6-10 record with the Jets in 1994. This team had a 6-5 record. They were playing Miami at home. The infamous fake spike from Dan Marino. Miami went on to win that game by 4 points, and the Jets lost every game toward the end of the season, and Carroll was fired.
Well, he never got a fair chance, and there's another young coach out there that's doing very well with Denver, Mike Shanahan. He never got a fair chance with the Los Angeles Raiders that moved to Oakland after that. When you look at these young coaches, you have to give them an opportunity of at least more than a year or 2 to build a team. But Pete fell in a good situation here. He's with a team with a tremendous amount of
The 11th player
talent.
was running off the field. There is no foul.
The thing about Pete Carroll, he doesn't have to build the team here, and I think he may have the more difficult job than Bill Parcells because expectations are very high in New England.
Now, this is a little more than leftover tuna. First and 10.
Talking about staying up late.
Flags are down.
It looked like
Dennis Martin at the 5-yard line. Let me reiterate, that's one of the new classics on 2nd and 14. Coats in motion. Bledsoe with some pressure. He's only been sacked once this year. I beg your pardon. Exploded when he was back here with the Patriots a year ago. Thus, Tuna. 3rd and 14. Play action. Bledsoe. Oh, my goodness. Noah Lewis right there, as if he was in the huddle.
And you talk about Parcells not...
He gets it away. It was Rick Lyle who almost got there. And Leon Johnson at the 39. Skips down the sidelines and is knocked out of bounds. Keyshawn Johnson is wide right. That's Anderson in motion to the left. Blitz coming. They got it. Came right up the middle. Mark Wheeler, his second sack of the season.
His first sack against San Diego caused a fumble. Good
Eddie
inside.
Johnson also coming. Hamilton, Ferguson, et al. Wait on the sidelines. Neil O'Donnell in the offense. Looking now to 2nd and 17 after the sack. Back sprint, blitz coming again. O'Donnell steps up, lets it go. Has a man, Crevette. Crevette, nice run! And they're going to rule him out of bounds at the 30-yard line short of the first down.
You know, 3 years ago, Wayne Crevette was a Cinderella story. You know, the free agent.
Backs in the eye, double tight end set. Morrell goes left, cuts it back upfield, and depending on the spot, he did or did not. So assuming they get the first down on the ground and don't get out of bounds, they have a chance to stop the clock by using a timeout. 4th and inches. At the 28. Morrell, first down. And New York will use one of its 2. Blitz threatened. They're coming. O'Donnell, left side. Keyshawn Johnson dives. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did.
He should use a timeout here.
2nd and 5. Blitz again. O'Donnell, left side, behind Leon Johnson, but he makes the catch and does get out of bounds. That stops the clock with 20. 3-man, 4-man rush. O'Donnell deep left side, caught by Johnson out of bounds at the 10. Leon Johnson, the 4th-round pick, a Tar Heel. Crevette right against Ty Law.
With a 4 shot to the end zone.
1st and 5, they can get a first down. O'Donnell, well protected. Gets rid of it. Fumble! Scramble! Who got it? Patriots ball. Richie Anderson had the pass and dropped it one hit, and Ty Law comes up with it.
The Arizona Cardinals today in overtime fumbled the ball.
Bledsoe throws it to Mo Lewis. He takes an unhindered pass to the end zone. Jets lead by 3. 10 at the 25 now. Bledsoe will hand it off.
The best thing when your team is really struggling, Vern, is to get that running game going. And this is one of the things that the Patriots have that few teams have, is they can be dynamic in the passing game and in the running game. But they're struggling throwing the ball right now. It's time for the offensive lineman and Curtis Martin to take over.
Lewis with his 4th career interception returned for a touchdown. At the 29, it's 2nd down and 6. And Martin comes left out near the 33-yard line. Curtis Martin, who played collegiately at
Pittsburgh.
Thank you.
But Drew Bledsoe, here's a situation where Coach Pete Carroll wants to get him settled down. He hasn't had bread and butter games against the New York Jets. Throughout his career, he's got 8 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. He only has 54 yards passing a night. He's only averaged just over 200 yards a game against the Jets. So versus the AFC East, the Jets are probably his biggest problem too.
3rd and 2. Jets up by 3. Bledsoe with time. Finds Myers for the first down at the 37-yard line.
Oh, reliable. Keith Byers. You know, that was like Lannis's blanket. When you're really struggling, you look for that guy that you can really depend upon, and it's Keith Byers right here on the wing. Almost like a second tight end. Lets Coates clear out the area. Coates takes all the linebackers with him. Keith Byers sneaks underneath him. Yeah, and then another good thing that that Ben Coates does is really, you saw him just clear out the area for the other receiver, Keith Byers.
That is the first completion since the first quarter for Bledsoe. And he liked it so much he's going to try it again. Chased and throws it away right side. Rick Lyle, who has a sack tonight, or almost a safety rather, was right there. Now Keith Byers with his second catch tonight for 10 yards.
Well, he has done everything. You see NFL history, ranked number 2nd. DeMarcus Allen. He has caught balls. He has thrown passes. He's thrown blocks. He's made special teams tackles. Thrown touchdowns, and he's hit 6 of them.
Runner-up to the Heisman Trophy. 1984. I think the guy's name was Flutie.
Yeah, he was pretty popular in this part of the world.
Boston College.
Yeah, and the boot.
Fires. He's got Jefferson across the
And that's what the Patriots need to do. 20-yard gain there to Sean Jefferson. Top of the screen here. Started with very good protection. The ball drilled right on the numbers. An easy ball to catch to Sean Jefferson. Now if you sprinkle in a little Curtis Martin, dump the ball off to Keith Byers, you got the semblance of a pretty good offense.
First down and 10. Coates in motion. Martin comes left and gets it to the 40-yard line.
There comes a point in time in every NFL football game where you've got to be able to run the ball, particularly when your quarterback is struggling. And New England is in that situation right now, and Pete Carroll needs to get that running game going. Had it going well the first quarter.
And not only that, Pat, they've got to run on first down effectively and get at least 5 yards so they can have more options on second down.
Martin with 89 yards on 15 carries. A third of that came on one run. He gets the toss, comes left, cuts upfield, and moves it very close to the first down. He'll be just a foot or two short as Mo Lewis makes the tackle, number 57.
Yeah, another 57 there, another play by Mo Lewis. But you watch Curtis Martin cut back and give you the power runs at times. You know, he can be an elusive runner, but he's not a timid guy. You know, a lot of times the elusive guys try to bounce outside and make all the long runs. He's elusive and powerful.
95 yards and a touchdown. 3rd and 1. Byers works his way to the first down. Bobby Hamilton, 92, made contact.
Second time on 3rd and 1 they've gone to Keith Byers as a runner. We've seen him as a receiver on this drive. And Mo Lewis against Ben Coates has been a terrific matchup this evening. Both have had their moments. Again, that's a pretty good play by Mo Lewis.
Outstanding play by Mo Lewis. Did you see how he just jacked up Ben Coates? Bill Parcells told us that he's going to make sure that Ben Coates has a difficult time getting off the line of scrimmage.
1st and 10 Patriots. Quick count. Quick setup. Bledsoe with that rifle finds a man at the 15. It's Jefferson again.
And I'll tell you what, there's absolutely nothing you can do about that pass and catch because he had mustard on that throw and that ball hit Sean Jefferson right in the breadbasket. Here's Sean Jefferson right here. He's going to make a hit inside and the ball, wham, right there, right between the numbers.
See Aaron Glenn point.
You got him.
Yeah.
He's yours.
Wasn't my guy.
1st and 10 at the 15. Jets up by 3. Bledsoe drills another one to the 6-yard line.
I tell you, I love the play calling by Larry Kennan, the offensive coordinator. I mean, he's got something going now, and when you have it going, you wear it out until they stop it. 3 times in this drive has he thrown to his right against the Jets' best corner, Aaron Glenn. And 3 times it's gone to Sean Jefferson.
Jefferson 4 catches for the night. It's 2nd down and 1. That's Coates again. Here's Martin again. Darts right. Bobby Hamilton let him get by, and he may have gotten the 1st and goal.
So how does he even gain 2 or 3 yards in that play? That should have been a loss.
Jefferson this time comes left. Jets a little slow to adjust. Now they've got him covered. Martin gets behind the line and drops for a loss of 5.
James.
Into the end zone for Coates and incomplete, and the flag is down at the goal line.
Ben Coates, the walking mismatch, particularly when he gets lined up. Oh, there we go. Is he throwing didn't call it on Bledsoe, I think.
I think it's going against Victor Green. It's a big mistake. They're at home. You never do that to the quarterback because you're going to protect him.
You know, when Bledsoe pushed him, he threw the flag, although he is cheering the moment.
2 flags down, 1 at the goal line.
This is a game when it's tight like this. You can't have stupid penalties that cost your football team.
It's against Drew Bledsoe.
And I'm very surprised about that, Pat.
Now, he tackled him at 5 yards down the field. Wasn't Coach past the 5-yard area?
Here's Bledsoe right here. He gets a shot first from Victor Green, right there in his face. Green's going to give him a little push. There goes right there in the face. He hits him, and that surprises me. You know, that should have been a defensive penalty, but Bledsoe retaliates.
Hey,
and you always get the second guy.
You and I didn't see the same thing then.
Yeah,
I saw
disagree,
Bledsoe with the push down low.
Yeah, I think, again, if you're going to make quarterbacks football players, you call the penalties against them as well. But I actually, when I look at Victor Green on that play, didn't it look like Ben Coates was past 5 yards?
On number 11 of the offensive team will be accepted, 15 yards, previous spot, still second down.
This is one of those situations that we talked about before. The Bill Parcells discipline. This would never happen if Bill Parcells was on the sidelines of the New England Patriots.
Take a look at the first one. That's Troy Brown. That's the man against whom they called this.
No,
I don't think
they got the numbers mixed up. I think they got the numbers mixed up. To be perfectly honest, I never saw Ben Coates in the penalty.
Watch this one now. See if Bledsoe doesn't make first contact.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, that's the right call. That's the right call. He's a football player.
Martin, for sure. Martin on the draw. So it appears. Jets with a 3-point lead. 4:15 to go, third quarter. Bledsoe in the end zone, incomplete. Glenn with good coverage this time on the row. And this ties Adam Vinatieri with Matt Barr. And in one of those small ironies after he was released in Indianapolis, 14-6 second half. They went on to win it 31-6. And the Jets, of course, with that explosive victory in Seattle to open the season, they had a chance to win their second at home last week against Buffalo. They actually led by 1, and they fell by 6, but had the ball at the 24 inside 2 minutes. O'Donnell was sacked twice on that last possession. Here, O'Donnell sets up, goes right side. Nice adjustment on the ball by Jeff Graham to make the catch in front of Ty Law.
Well, and a flag goes down and a face mask.
You know, ball attempt by quarterback Neil O'Donnell. That's what he's got to do with Keyshawn Johnson, but right there he's got a hold of his face mask all the way down to the ground.
Well, they had the 5- and 15-yard variety. I'm not sure that was the 15 variety, but it was assessed.
Could turn into a grievous mistake.
Or just a real bad one.
Yeah. First down at the 35. Morrell out of the backfield. O'Donnell pumps, looks left all the way. Now settles for Richie Anderson. Anderson, who fumbled at the 1-yard line just before halftime.
Marginal players to play hard every play. You have a chance to win. That's what the Jets are doing.
2nd and 5. Kenny Johnson.
Boy, Mark, did he come cleanly.
That was a great player. The country just doesn't know about it yet. 3rd and 14. O'Donnell, fumble, Slade knocked it out of his hand. And who got it? The Patriots got it. How ironic, it's Chris Slade.
The one of the handful of guys who did.
Is the 5th sack tonight, the 2nd fumble recovery by the Patriots. This is Byers in motion. And Bledsoe to throw. He wanted a lot, has to settle for a little. But Brisby makes the catch at the 45. In the middle, Pepper Johnson.
4 years, he said, no, you're going to play 10 or 12, and this is his 12th year.
Tom Tuchel was on that team. Some pass receiver up in Minnesota was on that team, right?
Drew Bledsoe on the sneak. and got it.
First down at the 42.
Yeah, one thing about Drew Bledsoe.
Blitz coming, Pepper Johnson. Bledsoe goes deep left side. Aaron Glenn was closest to it. Sean Jefferson, the intended. Martin rumbles to the 31. Purnell replaces Ben Coates at tight end. That's Purnell in motion. Blitz coming. Martin darts to the outside, chased by Glenn. And down at the 45-yard line. Martin darts back to the right. Poor tackling by the Jets again. And he's got a first down at the 14-yard line with a gain of 11.
I'm not so sure that's poor tackling as it is good run on Curtis Martin's part. I mean, he is elusive and powerful.
Absolutely, Pat. It's his cutback ability and his vision and his ability to see the hole. Watch his feet. Look how quick his feet are. If you can see his feet, look how quick his feet go. It's amazing. Look how quick his feet are. That's just amazing by a running back, that he can cut and plant and move and change direction.
Yeah, particularly in the fourth quarter when you really need your running back. And that's Ben Coates.
And that's not good news for the Patriots. First down and 10, tie game at the 15. Bledsoe knows a good thing. He'll hand it off to Martin again. And Martin to the 12-yard line as he goes left over the blocks of Bruce Armstrong and Max Lane.
Yeah, good catch, Vern, because Bruce Armstrong, the left tackle for the Patriots, just laid a terrific block to clear the way for Curtis Martin. 78, Bruce Armstrong. I mean, it's hard to imagine a guy 300 pounds that could be graceful. Bruce Armstrong is. Just kicks his guy out. Curtis Martin reads it, comes inside. And a very graceful player, Mark, yes. Yeah.
Martin with 131 yards for the night. Second down. Bledsoe hands it off to Martin again. This is 25th carry, and he stopped at the 10.
This is an area of the game where they miss Ben Coates desperately. He's very effective in the red area. Look for Keith Byers. If Ben Coates can't come back in this game, look for Keith Byers to take over his role from the fullback position, moving to the tight end catching position.
Took an awfully long time to get those rib pads on. I mean, that's been 3 plays they're trying to get those things on.
That's a big man right there.
Must have lost the laces there.
3rd and 5. 17-17 early fourth quarter.
And Bledsoe can't take a sack, but certainly not turn the ball over.
Hasn't been sacked tonight. Here comes the rush. He goes left. He's got Leonard Purnell, his first catch of the season, and it's the 9th man to catch a touchdown pass this year from Drew Bledsoe.
And he runs in the stands like Lambeau Field.
It's called the Foxborough Flop,
or Trot.
And if you think this place
a year ago, chosen by Bobby Greer, and
any kind of chance for a fumble.
Now the kickoff, Adam Vinatieri getting set. Aaron Glenn, Leon Johnson are the deep men. This will be Johnson at the 15-yard line. Short kick by Vinatieri. And good field position now for the New York Jets. And watch the reaction now on the touchdown by Leonard Purnell.
Yeah, you think the Green Bay Packers have had an effect on the entire league? And you're seeing more and more of this on Sundays. The affinity and affection between fans and players. Purnell looked a little hesitant for a moment there to go with the stands, but at the end he did.
At least he was smart enough to get rid of the football before he went over there, because that's a fine if the fans take the ball away from him.
Bledsoe hit 6 of his last 8, having missed 8 in a row and had 1 return for a touchdown. Now O'Donnell. Quick flip. Oh, boy, Jimmy Hitchcock. What a pop he laid on Jeff Graham.
And Jimmy Hitchcock, 7 tackles in the first half. You know, the Jets trying to pick on him, coming after him. And again, this is like a linebacker hit on Graham. And he has played very, very well. And a lot of good tackling a week ago by Jimmy Hitchcock.
Nice clean tackle, or clean hit. Hard, but clean. Second down and 10. Back split. O'Donnell blitz coming. Deep left side, man coverage. Goes to Hitchcock. And Hitchcock is there on Jeff Graham.
It's not working, Mark.
You're absolutely right. I'll tell you, one guy that stepped it up for the New England Patriot defense is Jimmy Hitchcock. They picked on him in the first half. They picked on him early in the third quarter, but he is really stepping up right now, and it's against Jeff Graham. They're not going at him with Keyshawn Johnson, but he's running stride for stride, and that's excellent coverage by any cornerback.
And it sets up a 3rd and 10. Patriots lead by 7 with 12:34 remaining. O'Donnell has been sacked 5 times. 13 in the last 7 quarters. Almost gets one more. Has a man open, and it's caught by Crabette.
He is absolutely amazing. You know, Willie Clay, the free safety of the Patriots, said to us yesterday, who is it? That is Willie McGinnis. Willie McGinnis, their best pass rusher.
And their best defensive player.
Yeah, but just finishing the thought, what Willie Clay said about Wayne Crabette, you know, he gets out on the field, and you see him break the huddle, and you say, how can this guy beat me? But he does it time and time and time again.
Crabette for 38 yards this time. That's the good news for the Jets, and the obvious area of concern is Willie McGinnis, who missed the last 2 preseason games and the first 2 regular season games, and he is getting medical attention now at the 28. Let's go back and take a look at the injury. Adrian Morrell hit and driven. Anderson and Morrell in the backfield. O'Donnell back. O'Donnell down. O'Donnell fumbles, and who got it? Patriots.
Well, if the meek inherit the earth, these Jet offensive linemen will soon be land barons. 2nd week in a row, they have gotten after Neil O'Donnell.
The thing about it is, Neil O'Donnell still has confidence in him. He sits there, sees the blitz coming. Instead of stepping up and running or get rid of the ball thrown away, he hangs in the pocket because he still believes in these offensive linemen.
Neil O'Donnell fumbles for the 2nd consecutive series, but if you look at the replay, it's understandable why. Treese lives in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. I mean, at least I don't try and cover it up. 24-17. Oh, yeah, I know. Out of the backfield, Martin from Bledsoe.
Let's go back to the sack a minute, fellas. And watch 2 things. Farrah Collins is going to tie up 2 guys, and this is Ted Johnson, who's going to come right around the corner.
That's really 52. Well done.
Yeah,
nice drawing.
That's a really bad circles. I apologize. But again, he kind of slips around the rush, gets his right hand on the ball. O'Donnell fumbles it, and there's about 4 blue jerseys around to make the recovery.
10 tackles in the Super Bowl loss. And a wonderful season a year ago. Ted Johnson, now 2nd down and 2. 10:33 to go. New England leads by 7. Martin short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 3. And Neil O'Donnell, who was hit 18 times and sacked 8 last week, has been hit a lot tonight.
Yeah, the hurries and the sacks and the fumbles, they all add up.
Those are the killers of the fumbles. You can take the hurries and the sacks, but when you turn the ball over, that's what really hurts this football team.
And this is a very big 3rd down for the Jet defense.
3rd and 2. Ben Coates, you'll notice, is back in, wearing the rib cage. Four-man front defensively. Bledsoe into the flat, caught by Martin. Marvin Jones makes the tackle up on top, down low to Smith, but it's a 1st down at the 45.
Boy, Mark, you know, he can just beat you so many ways. I'm talking about Curtis Martin. I mean, in the 4th quarter, he's run the ball with a lot of power and a lot of speed and moves. And then when they really need to move the
quarterback for the then Phoenix Cardinals back in 1991.
Leon Johnson become the featured guy. This is one where Tom Tupa should force the fair catch.
Rush comes. Fair catch called by Leon Johnson. He grabs it at the 19-yard line. So the Jets get it back, but they need to solve the problems of the Patriot rush. O'Donnell has fumbled his last 2 times. That's over.
Well, the moral of that story is next time we do a game in New England, we don't watch the local telecast.
They're accurate as backup quarterbacks.
Yeah, but they're land barons. First down and 10. Well, if you're going to be offside, come all the way across.
Yep.
Willie McGinnis back in the lineup.
And then you always point.
Yep.
I mean, you always get your teammates to point as well.
David Williams, number 73, saying, no, no, no. Now we'll see. Did he?
Defense.
Nope.
Offside, number 55, unabated to the quarterback. That's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
You hate to be unabated on a murky night.
Yeah.
It's always the job of the defense when you jump off sides. You lie and I'll stick to it, and everybody points to the same guy. But smart play on the offense, holding the water in there when someone jumps off sides, not making a move.
Down by 7, the Jets have to do 2 things. Get Adrian Murrell going again, and then protect Neil O'Donnell, which they have not done a good job of doing that tonight.
Patriots haven't given one up yet. Not a point in the 4th quarter. Trebet in motion. Hand off Murrell, comes left. Boy, they got a good block. Elliott did on McGinnis. Jumbo Elliott kept Willie McGinnis out of the play. But the Jets must solve their fumble problems. Richie Anderson at the end of the first half as they were going in for a go-ahead score. And then O'Donnell twice. Here's Anderson. That was with less than 30 seconds to go in the half. O'Donnell hit by Chris Slade. And then O'Donnell hit by Ted Johnson. I like this analytical stuff, fellas.
That's good. Yeah, you've used the telestrator soon.
I like the music in the background.
First and 10. 7-point lead, New England, behind Jeff Graham.
You know, it's interesting. The Jets, as we saw those 3 fumbles, but still very much in this ball game, much like Arizona last Saturday night or Sunday night when we had them, had 4 turnovers and ended up winning the game in overtime. And say what you will about Bill Parcells, and he has his detractors, some of them in this stadium tonight. His teams play well in the 4th quarter, and they have always, or they generally have a chance to win late in the ball game.
Even though they gave up the 8 sacks against Buffalo last week, they were in it right to the end of the ball game. They had a few chances to win the game, and this game's a long, long way from being over.
Well, at least 7:04.
A little equipment repair in the huddle here.
Yeah.
Lonnie Pelele, number 66. Jumbo Elliott, Duffy, O'Dwyer, and Williams trying to hold it together now. 2nd down and 10. They've given up 6 sacks already in the game. Screen pass, left side. But Murrell makes a nice grab. But because he had to go back and get it, here came Todd Collins.
And not only that, I alluded to this earlier in the program that if a quarterback is going to roll the same way he's throwing the screen pass, the defense will follow him, and it will not be a positive play. Here's Neil O'Donnell. Stay in the pocket and fake the defense towards you. Bring him to you and then throw the ball to the outside. Don't roll that way.
Loss of 2, 3rd and 12.
I think that's basic quarterback 101 and running.
Steve Israel, off-season acquisition from the 49ers, in at right cornerback now against Graham. He's been bothered by tendonitis. O'Donnell comes this way. Flag is down. This one will come back. There is Israel coming up to close with Jimmy Hitchcock, but 5:48 remaining in regulation. Back split, 4-man rush. O'Donnell, Leon Johnson across the middle, chased by Collins, but he's able to get only to the 36-yard line, and that will bring up 4th down.
Bill Parcells talks about chasing winning. He wants guys that love to chase winning. This is a time where you're going to find out your guys that are going to stand up and your guys that are going to be winners and your guys that can't. And he's going to get a good barometer of players that will play for him in situations like this and not fold.
Here is the punt from Brian Hansen. Contact, but no flag as Hansen thought, well, I'll take a chance on this.
Gave it his best, Lawrence Olivier.
I guess it was really a Susan Lucian.
And that's delivered to Sean Jefferson in front of Aaron Glenn, number 31.
The Drew Bledsoe, again for fantasy football fans, off to that great start, MVP of fantasy football. Game 1, 4, game 2, 4. 2 more touchdowns tonight. Makes how many, Vern? 10.
Thank you. 9 different receivers. He was intercepted tonight for the first time. He is yet to be sacked this season. I beg your pardon. 1 sack.
Yep.
That's right. 2nd and 1. Draw play, Martin. That will buy them about 1.5 minutes on the clock.
And that sack factor really may be the difference between these 2 teams. I mean, the Jets lost a week ago because they gave up 8 sacks. They've given up 6 tonight, I believe, and only 1 this entire year on Drew Bledsoe. And that's the difference oftentimes in the National Football League in winning and losing.
14 sacks in the last 2 games after allowing none in the opener in Seattle. And do not forget Richie Anderson's fumble going in for the go-ahead score at the end of the first half. 1st and 10, Bledsoe, Martin. And let's check in with Craig Sager.
Well, Vern, that protective flak jacket that Ben Coates was wearing to protect the bruised ribs is bothering him immensely. He did play that last series, but he came back afterwards, sat on the bench, took it off, tried to readjust it. He's in a lot of pain. He's not very comfortable with it. And right now he's sitting out this series, but he could go back in, particularly on a 3rd or 4th and short.
Jets use 1 of their 3 timeouts. Thank you, Craig. So they have 2 left, and they stop the clock with 3:32 remaining.
Yeah, that guy is a warrior, Mark. I'm talking about Ben Coates. I mean, Ben Coates is unique in the way he plays the game, and certainly his position.
Not only that, Pat, I think it's smart for him not to be in there. They're winning the game right now. They don't want to increase his injury. It's a point in time where, hey, let him sit there. Let's hang our hat on the offensive line. Let's move the pile, give the ball to Curtis, and eat the clock off.
Well, I'd love to have him in blocking, though, because as good a receiver as he is, he can be a dominating blocker, as we saw in the first half.
2nd and 7, 3:32 to go. Bledsoe drills it for Troy Brown, number 80. Caught his first touchdown catch last week, and Otis Smith, number 45, with the tackle. Well, next week we will be down in Tampa for the Miami Dolphins Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, and we have been advised that that game is sold out.
As it should be.
Yeah, you bet. Dolphins and Buccaneers at Houlihan Stadium. It begins with Vince, Keith, and Sean. Pro Football tonight at 7. We'll be along at 8 o'clock. Now Ben Coates is back in the lineup. Mike Giesler, who's gone the distance at center tonight. Terry Glenn again did not play. 3:28 to go. Bledsoe to Coates.
Oh, man, what a courageous play. And just as Craig Sager said a moment ago, when that 3rd down came up, Ben Coates sucked it up, came in the ball game, catches the ball over the middle, and gets drilled in those tender ribs. And you don't think Drew Bledsoe's looking for him the whole way? He's waiting, get open, Ben. And he wasn't open by much. But you don't have to be open by much when you have hands like Van Cliburn.
There wasn't any looking off in that pass play. He was going right to Ben Coates. There wasn't a shot of going to anyone else.
Coates opened this night with a 32-yard catch for a touchdown. That was at the end of the opening drive of the evening. Now Curtis Martin goes left and is down at the 45-yard line. Tackle is made by Ernie Logan.
Jets used their 2nd timeout.
Don't forget, at the conclusion of our game tonight, join Keith Jackson, Sean Jones, and Vince Cellini for the Mercedes-Benz postgame show. They'll have all the scores and highlights from around the NFL. That's on the Mercedes-Benz postgame show tonight with Vince, Keith, and Sean. There's a good chance that we'll be able to join the Bill Parcells press conference live. The sometimes acerbic 13th head coach of the New York Jets football team.
But it is amazing. Pete Carroll is winning this football game. His team is winning the football game. We're still talking about Parcells talking about his. He dominates the scene, does Bill Parcells. But this guy, as we talked about, has a very difficult job ahead of him, although with a talented team.
2nd down and 8. At the 45. Well, when you win Super Bowls with the Giants and you get to the Super Bowl with the Patriots and you leave in the fashion in which Bill Parcells took his leave of the Patriots, it causes a bit of a feeding frenzy among the fans and the media, and thus the attention focused on this game.
Well, there's one thing for certain, that the cholesterol level went down in this New England area in the past week because everybody was having the tuna grill.
Well, we've had enough tuna signs tonight to make you long for a Spam sandwich.
I had that rack of Spam last night. Thanks for picking up that tab, Vern.
Now take a look at the press box here. They had credential requests, I guess, almost equal to the number of requests they had for the playoffs last year, the AFC Championship game against Jacksonville. Los Angeles Times, Dallas Morning News, various and sundry newspapers around the country. Pete Carroll.
What that meant.
What's that? Various and sundry?
Sundry, yeah.
I'm thinking. 3rd and 8. Bledsoe, deep left side.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Out of bounds. Nope. Bring the arms down. Bledsoe thought he had Jefferson, and Jefferson thought he had the catch.
You know, again, Neil O'Donnell is going to get one more chance. Oh, yeah. Just let him a little bit too far outside because he had him open. You know, it's maybe a yard too wide. Otherwise, he catches that, is able to keep both feet in bounds, and they can run out the clock.
I thought I read somewhere that 1 knee equals 2 feet. I see that?
No.
Huh?
You shouldn't have.
Leon Johnson back, fair catch. New York Jets are out of timeouts, but they have 2 minutes and 18 seconds. O'Donnell lets go of it, and Morrell makes the grab at the 22. They will try and get one more play run off before the 2-minute warning, or stop the clock. I don't think they're going to get it done. No. .120 seconds remaining in regulation.
First half, he had 4 receptions for 27 yards. He hasn't caught a ball in the second half. He's the best athlete at the wide receiver position on the football field tonight, and they haven't thrown to him in the last 2 seasons.
But I don't think Neil O'Donnell has confidence in him. He's bobbled at least 3 passes tonight.
3rd and 5. Four-man rush by the Patriots across the middle for Keyshawn Johnson. Incomplete. Tipped away and almost picked off by Ted Johnson.
Well, Pat, you were right. They called his number, and he didn't pick up the phone.
Well, he's in the slot right here as Keyshawn Johnson. And again, I think you distinguish yourself at certain parts of the game as a quarterback, as a wide receiver, and as an offensive line. And this is it right now for the Jets.
4th and 5. Four-man rush again. Quick flip, Keyshawn Johnson breaks the tackle and moves it out to the 38-yard line. They are out of timeouts.
Now that time he answered the phone.
Yeah.
They need to rely on him. They need to get the ball in his hand. He has big play capabilities. Let him do it.
Gain of 16. Clock running with 93 seconds to go. O'Donnell right side. Well, they go for the intercept, and Graham makes the grab. Now, did he get both feet in bounds? Yes. Ty Law went for 6.
That was a great job of concentration by Jeff Graham of holding on to that football and getting out of bounds, because it was right at the end where Ty Law comes right across his face. Look at the concentration on his face. Great camera work by our cameraman, and he just hugs that ball in right on the sideline.
Yeah, those are some great pictures.
2nd and 1. 1:29 to go. Seven-point game. Again, a four-man rush. Left side. Cravett will get out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Stops the clock with 1:23 to go.
He's got the metabolism of a hummingbird.
He's put it up 41 times tonight. This will be his 42nd. Now they blitz. Got him! And the call is 1st and 10 with 1:20 to go. Again, the blitz. O'Donnell right side. Graham leans out. This time he can't hang on to it.
You know,
Slade came offside. O'Donnell has a free shot and misses Graham again.
well, at least they're persistent. But Slade was early on that rush.
Defense, offside, number 53. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
There we go. Slade coming from the right side. Well, penalties a problem, although Pete Carroll told us yesterday they weren't that significant last week. 7 were called in one quarter. That is the 10th New England penalty tonight. 2nd and 5. From the 33, corners come up to bump and run. O'Donnell, right side in the flat for Quebec. He's down at the 35, loses 3, and the clock still runs.
And then we got an injured Patriot on the field.
Back at the 45.
Yeah. And Pete Carroll.
O'Donnell across the middle, knocked down by Chris Slade again.
Chris Slade, one of those who...
4-man rush. O'Donnell lets it go to Leon Johnson. He's got a first down at the 22. Now the clock at 45. Parcells said, spike it. Leon Johnson, the rookie, out of the backfield. And the clock is stopped with 37 seconds left.
Earlier we were talking about Leon Johnson, and we were saying at some point in the year he is going to win a football game for the Jets. Well, he's going to give an opportunity to win this game in only his 3rd game as a pro. This guy was called the natural in high school because he did everything. He ran, he caught, he played baseball, he punted. And he made a magnificent play right there.
O'Donnell out of the shotgun will throw it for the 47th time on this play. Goes deep left side. Keyshawn Johnson got it! He got it! He got it!
Patiently got the time that time and gets the ball to Keyshawn Johnson in the corner for the touch.
Here's the rookie John Hall for the tie. And they did it with...
Not too many smiles on Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays.
O'Donnell, and what a big play by Leon Johnson to sustain the drive. Here's Derek Cullers. Fumble.
Unbelievable.
Ball. Incredible.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Well, they haven't the referees haven't signaled it yet.
New York ball.
New York ball.
Unbelievable.
Oh.
You know, you play hard for the full 60 minutes or 59 and a half. A lot of times good things happen. Both teams have played well. He actually had both hands on the ball, and it still popped loose. It wasn't a loose carry by any stretch, Mark. It was secured.
That's Chad Cascadden, number 53. And this is John Hall. 55 and 52-yard field goals already this year. He's hit 1 of 1 tonight. He's a free agent rookie out of Port Charlotte, Florida, who played collegiately for Wisconsin.
And for Neil O'Donnell, he tells his running backs, if I give it to you, you hold on to it with both hands.
Second turnover tonight. O'Donnell, left side. They don't have any timeouts left.
Yeah, they could have still down the ball. The 21 seconds. Still down the ball.
This kid's not, he's not afraid. Look at that chin strap. Anybody that wears a chin strap like that, he's confident.
Yes.
And you scratch and you push and you give it everything you have. Good things happen. And they did right there for Mike Jones.
96 Mike Jones, 26 Chris Canty, and 4 blocked field goals this season. Now Derek Cullors getting ready for the return. But the ebb and flow of the emotions in this game.
Boy.
And John Hall trying to shake the impact of that blocked field goal. Will kick off now. Make it. Touchback.
And John Hall is the weapon.
Willie McGinnis will not see action tonight. Let's check in with Craig Sager.
Well, Vern, earlier we saw Willie McGinnis where he was kicked in the knee. The diagnosis at that point was a bruised knee, but then later he sprained his knee. They said he possibly could return, but if you saw that shot right there with the towel on his head and the wrapping around his knee, I don't think there's any way whatsoever. Vern.
All right, Craig, thank you. 1st and 10, 20-yard line. Bledsoe goes with a 3-wide receiver set. Comes to the right side. Battle for it. Who got it?
Unbelievable.
Troy Brown took it away.
That is as good an effort as you're going to see. That ball was intercepted for a while.
Otis Smith appeared to have it.
I think he did. I think it's an interception and a takeaway. Those are just strong hands by Troy Brown. We have seen a little bit of everything.
2nd and 16.
Yeah, one thing, when Bledsoe got it going there,
Was never completed until at the 14-yard line. 2nd down.
okay, that's a good call. I think he's right on that. But I tell you, when Bledsoe had it going a while in the 4th quarter, he got the ball to Sean Jefferson. They had something going there for a while.
Bledsoe 15 of 32. Will keep it on the ground. Martin out near the 19-yard line.
You know, we say Willie McGinnis is not in, but also Ben Coates is still not in on offense. One of the most dangerous weapons they have. But indeed, he trots on cue.
Well, what's been important in this situation and at the end of this game is how the Jets defense has stood up and basically shut down the Patriots offense with a lot of no names up front. These guys aren't household names.
Yeah, they've got a good push.
3rd and 10. That could be called on Bledsoe with a head bob. You ever did that?
Oh, yeah, many
did. Really?
But you always ask the center. And if he's nice, he gives you the snap count.
3rd and 15. 3-man rush. Bledsoe deep. Otis Smith picks it up at the 45-50-yard line.
I think Drew Bledsoe thought the Jets were offside and had a free play. But there was no penalty. He thought there was a penalty, and I believe he thought it was going to be a free play, threw it downfield, hoping, hey, if it gets intercepted, no big deal. But indeed, there was not a penalty.
But I'll tell you what, Pat, it goes back to discipline. If he thought that was a mistake on his part, to never think that unless you know for sure you never throw a ball for grabs like that.
2nd interception tonight.
You see, that's what he sees and feels and senses. And it has the assumption that there was a penalty.
And after the pick, first down, Jets at their own 49. Blitz. O'Donnell across the middle.
There's a grounding flag there.
Well, now
we get help from the umpire.
the umpire, Jeff Rice, confers with Larry Nemers. 2nd down.
Well, I didn't see anybody downfield or anywhere near that ball, and it was in between the tackles.
The closest person to that ball was wearing a blue jersey.
Or the umpire.
Rookie John Hall had one blocked with 20 seconds to go. 2nd and 10. Three-man rush this time. O'Donnell scrambles, runs out of bounds at the 50-yard line. Third and 9.
We had a false start on 81 of the offense. That's a 5-yard penalty, still second down.
That's on Jeff Graham.
Yeah, late in this ball game, you know, Adrian Murrell has been kind of a forgotten man.
Are you suggesting that they remember him?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you don't forget a guy like that. He's over on the sideline.
Stays on the bench. Leon Johnson in now. Three-man rush again. Slade got him. This has been a night of vindication for Chris Slade.
And that was an outstanding move by Chris Slade. He used his quickness against the left tackle, Jumbo Elliott. He slipped on the play, but still, this is unacceptable by a left tackle in a situation like this. You get off the ball, you get your hands on the defender. Slade just goes inside with a nice little swim move right across Jumbo's face. For the 7th sack tonight on Neil O'Donnell.
And that one accomplished in the prevent defense with a three-man rush. 3rd and 23. Trebek to the 46, but it'll be 4th down, and they're still 13 short. Teddy Bruschi makes this tackle. And Dave Meggett drifts back, waiting for the anticipated punt from Brian Hansen.
One of the guys you would not be wanting to punt the ball to in this situation, Dave Meggett.
Hansen. Meggett at the 7. Oh, that was close. Leon Johnson with a pile driver tackle.
Well, Parcells elected to kick to Desmond Howard in the Super Bowl. And he elects to kick to Dave Meggett there. For a moment, it looked like he was going to pop through.
Just a nice run by Dave Meggett. Right there, plants and turns upfield and just goes north and south right now. Take the ball straight ahead and get what you can get. And he almost breaks it, gets touched right there on his ankle, but stays on his feet for some extra yardage.
1st and 10 at the 21. Draw play, Martin.
That's a nifty little run there.
After the game, Keith Jackson, Sean Jones, and Vince Cellini will be along for the Mercedes-Benz post-game show. Scores and highlights from all around the NFL today on the Mercedes-Benz post-game show.
If this thing ends.
11:33 to go.
Well, in overtime.
In overtime.
33 in overtime. Yep.
Almost forgot. Bledsoe across the middle. Lovett Purnell, who had a touchdown earlier tonight.
You know,
gain of 15.
Excuse me, Vern. Your role players at some point in the season have to step up and play well in the course of a 16-game season. Lovett Purnell has stepped up tonight. Ben Coates out with sore ribs. He catches the touchdown. He's number 85 right in the middle of your screen. There's a great Ben Coates impersonation, and that's a good adjustment on that catch.
After the 15-yard gain, ball at the 44. Martin, cutback. To the 40.
What a player this guy is. And Vern, a 15-yard gain. But the thing about Curtis Martin, who now has 180 yards, and you mentioned it earlier, the man does not fumble the ball. And in critical situations like this, boy, that is a tremendous, tremendous asset.
Career day now for Curtis Martin, 180 yards on the ground. And
35 yards, or 35 carries, a 15-yard gain on that one. And they'll give it to him again. 5 more to the 35.
Well, they're in field goal range right now. It would be a long one. But again, if you're Drew Bledsoe, you realize you can't have the penalties, you can't have a sack. You certainly can't have an interception, but you can't have the sack here either. But I'd keep feeding Curtis Martin the ball until they stop him.
From the 35, Adam Vinatieri has hit his last 12 field goals in succession. Martin to the 32-yard line.
They're relying on the offensive line to make a hole in the crease for Curtis Martin. In a situation like this, keep giving him the ball. As Pat said, push those chains straight ahead to give Vinatieri a little extra yardage to make his field goal attempt. But right now, the way they're pushing the defensive line of the New York Jets around, why stop? Why throw it? Just give it to Martin.
3rd and 1. Motion this time. Or you can give it to Keith Byers.
For the 3rd time on 3rd and 1. I see a penalty flag?
Yes.
Indeed I did. 3 times on 3rd and 1 they've given to Keith Byers, and it is against the Jets. And 3 times Keith Byers and the offensive line have responded.
Defense was offside, lined up in the neutral zone, number 31. 5-yard penalty. The penalty results in a first down.
Penalty is called on Aaron Glenn.
He's talking to Dante Scarnecchia, his special teams coach, very cognizant of the fact that we've already had 1 field goal attempt blocked.
Adam Vinatieri hoping for a chance to try his own game winner. Purnell comes tight to the right. Blitz. Handoff. Comes right to the 20-yard line. Sometimes this is a very small circle of people who play this game. Adam Vinatieri played collegiately at South Dakota State. He was a good friend of Brian Hansen, who is the Jets punter. He couldn't get a break. He asked Hansen to help him. Hansen recommended a kicking coach named Doug Blevins, who is now the kicking coach of the Miami Dolphins. Vinatieri called Blevins. He said, "Can you help me?" Blevins said yes. Adam Vinatieri moved to Abington, Virginia, worked with Doug Blevins for 2 months, went to the World League, and then got a shot last year. Irony of ironies from Bill Parcells. Here's Martin. And he goes down to the 16-yard line.
And it's time to bring Vinatieri in. As good as Curtis Martin is protecting the football.
No move yet.
Yeah, I think Pete Carroll's going to give it one more rush with his running back, and we're in a 3rd and 1 again, so it looks like who else is going to get the ball?
Keith Byers.
There you go.
Well, we've had 1 sneak for a first down, too. 3 Keith Byers and 1 Drew Bledsoe. Equals 4 first downs.
3rd and 1. This time Martin the deep back. And he will get the handoff.
Not so sure he got the first.
Clock is stopped. Adam Vinatieri, whose family came from northern Italy back in the 1800s. He had a great uncle Felix.
I knew you'd get this.
You knew I'd get this one in, right? It's great.
That was a very lucky man.
He was the bandmaster for George Armstrong Custer. But the day of the battle, he had laryngitis. Missed the fight.
Lucky for him.
And here's the stretch. 4th down. So with 7:12 remaining in overtime, it will be the Patriots' turn. Mike Bartram will snap it. Tom Tupa will hold it. And Adam Vinatieri from South Dakota State goes for the game winner from 34 yards out. In Foxborough Stadium. Patriots win it. to Craig Sager.
Well, here we are, Vern. Second week in a row, a clutch kick. We were talking about the fact that you made 12 in a row. This was number 13. Tell us what was going on over in the sidelines, the overtime.
I just wanted the guys to get me close enough into range, and from there, you just go out there and do what you've been trained to do. You hit 1,000 of them in a year, so you just kind of go out there and just try to do the best you can, and fortunately, it went through for me.
Bill Parcells cut his favorite kicker, Matt Barr, to give you a chance. How does it feel now to pay him back and defeat him in overtime?
Well, I tell you, I appreciate the fact that he gave me a shot last year, and hey, I just say I'm a Patriot to the core and core, so it don't matter who we're playing. I just try to do my best I can.
Well, congratulations, good kick.
Thank you very much.
Let's go back upstairs to Vern.
All right, Craig, Adam Vinatieri. Bledsoe leads them down. The running effort of Curtis Martin, 199 yards on 40 carries, career high. And Mike Jones, who blocked the field goal with 20 seconds left in regulation, celebrates on the sideline. One more look at Adam Vinatieri's game winner from 34 yards out. And the New England Patriots are 3-0 for the first time in 23 years. And let's go back with Craig Sager.
Well, thanks, Vern. Obviously, Curtis, the winning kick by Adam Vinatieri, but the ball went to you. You ran it, had control, 199 total yards. Did you get tired at all?
Yeah, I got tired, but I like to get tired, because when I get tired, I feel that I'm at my best. I feel that I'm more focused when I'm tired. Thanks, baby. Way to hit, man. I'm just grateful. I kept praying while I was out there because I was getting so tired. I was just praying, Lord, give me strength so I can do this. And I'm so glad that we was able to come through.
All the hype this week about facing Bill Parcells, your former coach. Did it get to you guys?
No, because the way we feel is Parcells wasn't out here playing on the field. We don't have to play against him. We have to play against the men who line up out here. And they played a great game. I give them a lot of credit. They played tough. One of the toughest games I ever played in. And I want to wish them the best with the rest of their season.
Well, your prayers were answered.
Hey, us.
Your prayers were answered. Congratulations.
Well, thank God.
Let's go back upstairs to Vern.
There's a class young man, Curtis Martin. 40 carries, no fumbles tonight. A career-high 199 yards. And the Patriots win it 27-24, undefeated in the AFC East. Back after this.
At present, the press tries to regulate itself, although it has not been effective in taming the paparazzi. The British government favors self-regulation over official censorship.
There is only one form of censorship which touches newspapers losing their readers. The rest is rubbish. When we develop a public which objects to such pictures, then we will have a change.
It's been a very dramatic change over the years from when I first photographed her in 1980.
Jane Fincher was an accredited photographer assigned to cover the royal family. 2 years ago, she quit in disgust.
It was all quite innocent compared to the last 2 years, which has become very out of hand, very aggressive, a new breed of photographers.
The increasing aggressiveness of the paparazzi reflected the increasing prices being paid for their pictures.
The biggest single prize I ever had for one picture was £35,000. And then you treble that on your overseas sales. So that was the sort of money these pictures commanded.
Some pictures made even more, much more. Simon Hoggart is a columnist for the Guardian newspaper.
We have to ask then who's to blame, and certainly we can blame the paparazzi, who know that they can make $250,000 from a really good exclusive picture. This is a life-changing event. If you, by getting one picture, which might take half an hour or even 20 minutes of very bold and dangerous work, you can transform your life into one of great luxury and permanent security, it's not surprising people do it. It's disgraceful and it's wrong.
There was a brighter side to Princess Diana's relationship with the press. Her charity work all over the world was widely covered, bringing attention, contributions, and in some cases, major changes in public awareness of social issues. At times, the princess needed the press.
She used us and we used her, and we bounced off each other over the years a lot. We all needed each other. You know, when there was times when she wanted us there, you know, she wanted us in Mother Teresa's hospice in Calcutta. She wanted us in the middle of Zimbabwe, whatever. So she would make sure we were there.
As this nation expressed its grief in public places Monday, bringing flowers and greeting cards and poems and private messages to the princess, they were also expressing an opinion that her death might have been avoided.
I think the press had a lot to do with it, I'm afraid. I mean, the way they were, we don't know the full story, but she was hounded all the time. All right, in her public duties, fair enough, but in her private life, they should have left her alone more. I think she was terribly harassed, and, you know, it was just terrible the way they treated her.
We buy the papers, we buy the magazines. We couldn't get enough of her. She was wonderful, because she was human, taking the boys to McDonald's the same as I take my children. And, yes, I think in a way we're all to blame.
The British people cherish their privacy more than most. They guard it in their personal lives and respect it in others. It was no wonder then that Princess Diana, for all her celebrity, wanted her privacy too. And that was the one thing an adoring public could not give her, because they found her so fascinating. John Lawrence for Nightline in London.
And that's it for now.
Back in just a moment.
In this job, my feet sweat, smell, and itch so bad, nothing helps.
Introducing Gold Bond Medicated Foot Powder. 3 foot relievers in one. Only Gold Bond absorbs moisture, controls odor with baking soda, and stops foot itch. New Gold Bond Medicated Foot Powder.
Finally, something that really helps.
I can't get my kids to eat right. All they want is junk food. One way to give them extra nutrition is with rich chocolate Ovaltine. It's got vitamins Nestle Quick and Hershey syrup don't.
Rich chocolate Ovaltine tastes great. Great for you.
More Ovaltine, please!
Africa's most powerful hunter. Terrifying, cunning, and fierce. ABC's award-winning World of Discovery brings you Lion, Africa's king of the beasts. Follow a family of lions through a year on the plains of Africa. For $19.98 plus $4 shipping and handling, you can witness nature's true circle of life. To order Lion, Africa's king of the beasts, call 1-800-650-4ABC.
I love being a mom, but I was still miserable because I was so heavy, and I knew I had to do something. I lost over 50 pounds on the Slim